no numbers, there's no pictures, there's no videos, there's no gameplay. I don't like it.
Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. And today, Freemers, we are back with another Palia video. This time around, we are going to be talking about a topic that we did cover a while ago, but it's basically the conversation we had around Palia being connected to Free Realms being connected to Palia, and so on. I talked about it a while ago, and now that we have the whole chatty plushie, I want to revisit this topic and just talk about it, just because, you know, there's a lot to this now, because I've read more of the lore, and I feel like it is more concrete than we realize. But before we do get into it, obviously I'm going to read the blurb from Singularity 6, but without further ado, let's dive into it. So, just starting off here, Free Realms Chatty Plush. Ever since we announced Palia, we've had tons of players tell us that it reminds them of a very special game from back in the day called Free Realms. Since launching, we've had a ton of players tell us that it brought some of that magic back for them. In honor of this, we've asked our friends over at Daybreak Game Company if we could put a little something from Free Realms into Palia. And as a homage to the current Palians who still have that love for their time in Free Realms, you might find a somewhat familiar face, Chatty the Plush. And you know, I literally, when they showed the plushie and said Free Realms, like, dude, I guarantee a lot of you didn't believe me when I said they were connected. Like, dude, there's way too many, like, hints, there's way too many references. There's the rumor that someone who worked on Free Realms works at Palia, works at Singular 6. And it just leads me to believe, because, you know, Daybreak buying the company, it's like, there's too many nods, there's too many, like, things that point to them knowing about Free Realms. It was only a matter of time, man. And to actually see Chatty in-game is crazy, but let's keep reading. From noon PT today until Tuesday, July 1st, anyone who watches 6 hours of their favorite Palia Twitch Drops-enabled content creator will be rewarded with the Chatty Plush. This is a way of us saying thanks to the games that came before us. Additionally, he'll be added as a drop in Zeki's Wondrous Machine from this patch onward. If you're not a Free Realms fan, then enjoy the Q Plush. But if you are, just remember that, like in Free Realms, in Palia, you rule. Free Realms and Chatty are TM copyright 2025 Daybreak Game Company LLC. And lo and behold, this is what we got. And dude, this image lives in my brain now. It's crazy that this happened, and I called it. I called it from the very beginning. I said, even looking at the website before I saw any gameplay, before I looked into anything else, I had a feeling that it wasn't far off. It wasn't a reach, that Free Realms and Palia had some sort of connection. I called it. I knew it. And it's super cool that I was right. I didn't know if I was right. I was just like, it's not like I was spitballing, but like I kept noticing things that, like, I'd pair it to Free Realms, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? But kind of jumping into this thing, looking more so at, like, you know, how Free Realms kind of ended, because I would say every storyline in Free Realms was kind of wrapped up. I don't know. Obviously, I finished up writing the lore around the areas that didn't get added into Free Realms, because I thought it would have been a cool thing to do, and you guys seem to like it, so yeah, that's the whole reason I did that. And then, like, I mean, beyond that, like, I feel like there, you know, with Free Realms going the way it did, with shutting down the whole Sunset thing, it was pretty much in, like, I've talked about my time, like, the last day of Free Realms. I didn't get to play a whole lot. I literally, because I was on my laptop, I had to catch the bus or whatever. for school. I was in high school at the time, and then I was hoping to come home, be able to play the game, but that wasn't the case, and I missed out on it, and I was so upset that day. But looking at, like, more so, you know, the Palia side of things, how Free Realms connects to Palia, it's become more clear to me now that that is the case, besides the whole chatty plushie inclusion. More so looking at the the new lore they added because of Elderwood, it talks about, or at least it's wild, the whole lore of Palia now. Like, there was a lore book from Oris. Oris is a very new character. Like, we don't know too much about Oris, but there's a whole lore book. And the lore book, basically, it shows a character in the background that we don't know about at all. And apparently, like, a lot of main characters in the lore didn't know about this character at all. But, point being is, like, the whole lore book shows, I want to say, and I don't think this is reaching, but, like, I want to say the lore that's in that book is sort of telling, I don't know, because all the lore you read in Palia kind of goes back in time a little bit. It's obviously telling the story of, like, what happened before now. When you read all of it, it's so concrete and clear that Singularity 6 are, you know, obviously they're crafting their own story, but I feel like the time that they're going back to is almost going back to the time when Free Realms was around. Because it talks about these humans that used to be around. Obviously it doesn't mention pixies, dwarves, it only mentions humans. But the story itself talks about, like, these humans were it was a legendary race that just suddenly disappeared. Poof, gone. Like, they're just non-existent. You don't know where they go. All you know is these dark... It describes them kind of, but doesn't show anything. These dark, like, creatures from another realm end up attacking, like, the Galders and the humans. And obviously that's crafted from Singularity 6, but the point being is, like, it's almost showing the shutdown of Free Realms in a way. Like, obviously Singularity 6 is not going to copy Free Realms one for one, but in the lore aspect, but, like, it's almost depicting the sunset in a way. It's strange. I don't know. Like, it's depicting the sunset and it's showing, like, what happened back then, but with Singularity 6's story for Palia, it's just nuts, man. It's crazy how well they've crafted the story, and I'm so interested in it because we've been reading it here on the channel. I have that the whole story of Oris on the channel. I believe it's somewhere on the channel. It's not like an old video, but it's new. But the point being is, Singularity 6 is able to tell their own story through Palia while also recognizing Free Realms and the fact that, yes, it shut down because of these unforeseen circumstances. But, you know, it's cool that Singularity 6 is recognizing Free Realms in both that way and also with the chatty plushie, but, you know, moving forward with their own game, and I think that's really cool. And it's why I said from the start, like, these two games are connected. Whether or not you want to acknowledge it or not, you got to realize, like, hey, they've technically acknowledged the game twice. I would say 3 times if you count them saying Free Realms, the chatty plushie, and the lore in the background. It's really cool. And, I mean, where Palia goes from here, I don't know. But I'm really looking forward to the story, seeing where it goes. Yeah, I want to play this game hopefully longer than Free Realms. I would love to see this game just thrive for forever. I think that would be really sick. I think that would be really cool to see, you know, Palia evolve past Free Realms' time and become, like, a staple in the gaming space. I think that would be really neat. And who knows, maybe somewhere down the road, they start like incorporating Free Realms lore into Palia. I don't know if they would do that because Free Realms was its own game, had its own lore, tons of it. I don't think they would be able to fit it into here, but that would be pretty cool if they were to do that. But I don't know. We'll see. But anywho, that's going to be the video for today. But thank you guys for watching, hanging out. I appreciate it a ton. I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, goodbye.